I'm shocked, like 65% of the devices like IoT, and then they're brought in, there is no patching, there is no mechanism, no one is taking the responsibility. So someone needs to take that responsibility and make sure that the enterprises are secure from these devices. Then if you are going to move, make sure that you align with your change management processes, where before you move any workload into the cloud, you do the risk assessment, and after you have moved it, you do the risk assessment. You do pen testing, like Article said. It's very you make sure that someone checks your work. If you have done the work, you bring in someone to check if you have done it correctly or not. Means if you don't have expertise, even if you have expertise, it's better to get it checked from someone else, because there are things you might have missed out. For the cloud moving, you have to draw a roadmap, you have to work on that, and then see how can you possibly move into the cloud. Most importantly, you need to see, when you are signing up for the cloud, who will be responsible for data, and then if your contract ends, who will take over the data and how the data will be destroyed. So you have to be careful with that. And then you have to liaise with the local authority, check what is their requirement is. If the data is moving outside of the country where you're living, then you might need to choose a different provider who can put the data within that country, if that's your local authority requirement. So these are the golden rules which you need to follow. So we get the devices, and then vendors put them in. And MRI machines, for example, we sign the contract, they put into the hospitals or something, and then there is no one who's patching it, because there is no contract, there is nothing. So clearly these things should be checked. You should have a process, and you should be challenging third party, you should be challenging internal teams. And then again, going back to others' point, that we all talk about patch, but before we patch it, like sometimes in live environment, it's really hard. You need time and approval from the people, because they say we are not going for downtime, it will cause disruption, it will do this. So what you have to do is test it in a test environment, if you have a test environment. And before going to the production, it's very important, test it, make sure that there is nothing broken. It is easier to do. If you have old business, start somewhere small and then grow slowly. It's a journey. It's not like one day, oh yeah, I'm going to get this vendor in, I'm zero trust. No, it's a journey. You need to plan it, you need to draw the roadmap, and then go through that journey and start small. And you're right, it's not just about the vendor, it is the processes and other strategy.